Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another ECM test, this time working in a 2011 Mini Cooper S with an N18 engine. This is coming from Florida, Irauto. This is your computer. That's all the information I have. So, it's a no start, no communication. So let's move you over to the next capture. You can see in there, well, yeah, it's actually, I'm glad that it's a little blurry, because then you cannot read the information on the page. I don't know what's going on with that camera, or because it's very good focus into me. You see, as soon as I put my hands, it does it really well. So it's probably looking for a person, but that's fine. All right, so I got the Ultra connected. But actually, before I do that, let me show you the notes that I got from the customer. So yeah, this is the folder. I always create a folder for each customer with all the information and everything I got. This is for him and for you guys to see the computer connected. I will erase all the information that can be not shared, right? Like his personal information. The same thing in here. And you can see he's from Rockledge, Florida, and has no communication, no start, no communication. The last digits on the V number should be L792. It's actually 7 digits, right? So 3, so we will be WL79264. So remember the 9264. I'm going to try to establish communication with the scanner. So let's put the Ultra in the screen. I have not powered up the computer. You cannot really see it from there, right? So let me move this a little higher. It's as much as it can go. Let me go a little higher. Yeah, perfect. That should be good. Like that, you can see when I'm turning that on. So these will power up also the BCI for the Ultra. All right, on the screen, when you see right now next to the on the Ultra capture, at the bottom you see like a 2 vehicles, and then what it says BCM or BCMI or something like that, it has an X on it. It's because it hasn't established communication yet. When that gets communication, it should read the V number immediately. So let's see if that happens. Yeah, it's almost there. Okay, and now it's establishing communication with the BCI list. I don't see anything in there, right? No, it should already have read the communication, and it's definitely not going on or not happening. So let me connect 2 wires here. I'm gonna put the cables. He sent the key, not sure why, because I don't usually need a key for these vehicles. But let me connect into the firewall reference and the sensor ground. So I'm connected in right now, pin 44 and connector X6004, which is the first one here. That should be a sensor ground. And I need to put longer leads in here. Give me 1 second, guys, to prepare this. Should have this done before. Let me start a capture for the multimeter. Meantime, we're doing this, so I'm going to connect this to the ground. Again, pin 44. And I'm going to need another one. Put this other one away. For the firewall reference 1, because this computer has 3 firewall references and they're separate. So fiber reference 1, same connector, pin 46. And I'm connecting the red lead onto that. All right, so let's see if we can see anything in there. Let me make sure that it's reading. Oh, looks like, oh yeah, no. Yeah, it's reading 50 millivolts. So that is definitely no fiber reference, and everything is connected. It's reading 310 milliamps of draw, which is a little on the low side. Let me move that a little bit of the way. I'm going to move this here so you guys can see. Well, it's a little hard to see, but in this screen, I can see 310 milliamps. It should be reading. It should be doing something. So we don't have fiber reference in there. So let's check fiber reference 2. I'm moving the ground to pin 41. Sorry, pin 47, which is another sensor ground. And then I'm connecting now into pin 20, which is 502. And we got 45 millivolts. So that's definitely nothing in there. And I can actually quickly, let me do something with you guys here. 1 second. And I have to cover the information in here, but this is another Mini Cooper computer. I'm going to power this off. And I'm going to unplug this computer. Again, I'm going to keep it here. And I'm going to plug this one here without removing anything else. So I'm going to keep the meter in there. And let's power this one up. And you can see right there, exactly fiber reference, and boom, the big number reading instantly. So what is this telling me? That his computer is no good. So I don't have to, because I always like to double check my connections and my meters and my tools to make sure that I'm not calling a bad computer when it's actually something wrong into my system. But as you can see, and that's what I keep good modules myself to test instantly with you guys, so we can definitely reproduce. Definitely no fiber reference, no communication. And let me click OK here. I'm going to turn this off because we don't need this no more. So let me move this away. Things I don't like immediately here is this. Let me just show you 1 second. Make sure nothing is in there. Is this. Look at this. What is this yellow silicon telling me? Somebody was already here. So this computer was already pre-opened by somebody else, and now I am the second-hand guy. I don't like to be the second guy. I like to, get computers to help the customers and so on. But, when you get somebody else's mess, it's always a problem. So, but right now we have no communication. So let's see what we can do. Because if I have no communication, I will probably not be able to read the information from this computer to clone it. And that is a problem. So I'm not sure why he sent me the key, because I cannot do anything with the key. I would need to have his CAS and the computer like that. I can run it, but just the key makes absolutely no difference. But sometimes they send them because I have put, key as a spot in here when they send in the key. That's more for Fords or other computers that I require. But I will let you know if I need the key, not just send it over because it's not really necessary. All right, but let me open this computer. Let me pause this, and I'll be right back opening this computer. All right, guys, I got the computer out of the case. Not really sure what they opened the computer for because they didn't do nothing. I don't see nothing changed. This computer was never removed completely. It was only removed the cover. Not sure what you remove the cover for because, again, I don't see none of the components being replaced. I'm going to get you close to that. Let me put a little bit of a light here so you can get to see that better. As you can see, everything looks I'm not sure what's going on with this camera. Yeah, you can get a little better view there. Yeah, all the components are original. I don't see nothing being replaced. So not sure what they opened this computer for, but let me see if I can make it talk because well, the concern right now is no communication. So hopefully it's not the microprocessor and I'm not going to be wasting my time. And this is where I hate. I honestly, this is what I don't like is to work in somebody else's mess because this computer pre-opened like this, I don't know what they have done. And I could be just wasting my time. And yeah, I got so much work that this is not a good time for having modules like this, but I guess it's part of the business, right? So let me see what I can do and I'll be right back, guys. 360
Yes. Very, very dangerous. En esta corner.
Hello, 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 hello.
Recording?
Well, guys, you were watching me set up everything and doing an audio test in there. All right, so as you see, I am putting the board in here. Sometimes it's because this framing here is really good, but it's not like you have a one unique form or put the board in there. But yeah, that's what I was struggling a little bit because I work in so many different computers that keep it in your memory how it was set up. It's very hard to remember. So that's what I was playing in there. But yeah, now I am setting up the board in here with the hot plate, and the reason I'm using the Haco with this because this is the JBC base with the the articulator arms, but I can go there without burning myself from that. It's from JBC, and I have the JBC heater, but that one is big, so it's for bigger boards. I mean, you can use it for anything, right? But it's I like to use this small one because then I can push it into size. So I'm only focusing on the areas of the board to directly put the heat because the board is going to absorb the heat all the way across, right? It doesn't matter where you put it, but I'm going to focus into the area that I'm working on so I can get that IC, which is a very strong or very big ground path in that area, and you have to do it that way. And what I'm doing in here is I got a thermocouple connected right next to the microprocessor so I don't overheat the board and create a damage. Because on the other side we got plenty of capacitors. So yeah, capacitors you can raise the temperature. It's not really a problem, but you have to keep it controlled, right? So that's why with the thermocoupler I set it up to a set point. If it reaches in there, it will turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, and keep it into that temperature. And then I applied the rest with my hot air gun and remove the components. So let's see if I can make it work. I'll be right back. Let me make sure I press the correct button. Alright guys, the repairs are done. Let's connect the computer and see how it goes, right? So let me actually move you over to here. I think it's better, right? Yeah. Alright, so everything is off. I have not connected or turned the computer on yet. I'm gonna bring this closer. You guys can see from there. Alright, so everything is powered up and ready to go. Yeah. So let's power this up. All right, the first thing we immediately see is a 5-board reference. So let's wait for the scanner to, oh, I don't have it even connected. So let me connect the scanner. I have the VCI connected to that, so otherwise there will be no communication. All right, so let's wait for the VCI to connect. And hopefully we can see the B number. Put the key in the back of this paper. So WL79264, we'll see. So 7964 will be the last digits. It has not connected yet, the BCI. Let's look for that. Okay, it has connected. Come on. Well, it looks like we have 5-board reference, but I don't think it's stuck in yet. That's no good. And I think I have everything ready. Well, right now it's actually drawing almost 1 amp, well, including these VCI. Because right here I can see now 470 milliamps or, yeah, milliamps. Let me move this to the 5-board reference 1. Pin 46 and the ground. Well, we can see immediately working in there the 5-board reference. Let me move it over to the other ground, which is in pin 44. Yeah, both grounds and 5-board reference are there, but I did not read the pin automatically. So let's try to talk. And this is what I hate to work with, with somebody else's problems. All right, let's select Mini Cooper. You saw how quickly it was with the other one. And the other one was a 2000. Well, the other one is a 2009. So it should be this, I think. The other one 2009. Yeah. And this one is, let me see, what year is this one? Yeah, this is supposed to be a 2011, so it should talk faster. And I think, I'm not sure. DME relay. Yeah, I think everything is plugged in. Do I have an N18 here? The other one is N12. That's not an N18. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, no, I don't think I need to do anything. This has got to be something else. Let me try to read it, but I doubt it's going to read it. Otherwise, I'm going to try to read from, Flex or CAS or, one of the tools that I have and see if I can clone this computer. But this is where, well, before I couldn't even, do a read. So hopefully with this, I can do a read. But it's already 7:16 p.m. So this will probably be not for today. I'm gonna see if I got another computer. It might be an N18. If I remember, I might have another one. Yeah, you see it's just hanging in there. The VCI is connected and we have fiber reference, but that doesn't mean the actual computer is any good, right? Yeah, no communication. All right, guys, let me see if I have another computer. All right, guys, let's see if we can do a read, because this is now becoming a problem that is taking a lot of my time. And sometimes it is not even worth it, but I'm already here, right? So let's look for the computer, which is a MED 17.2.2. And this is a Mini Cooper. Well, either one of these one is an N18. Yeah, all this should be the same. And we're going to do a bench test. Let's do the manuals and do the connections. Well, we have two different connections. If I remember properly, it's the first one. Let's do the connections. Pin 3 is a ground. Goes into A. Nice thing about Flex is you just step on it and it tells you where to connect in here, which is, pretty common. Port 5 for the ground in here. I'm in the Flex. You cannot see that from there, but believe me, I will be reading it. This is going to be a little bigger pin, so I'm going to have to change one of them. Yeah, this not gets on the way of your ways. So I'll be pin 29, which is right here. It was for A1. Another one, pin 19. Two. Then can high, can low. Should be these 5. Can low as be 7. Or it'll be 6. It should be 2 pulse width modulated signals. This will be for 8. And this should be second row. Then the brown wire goes into pin 7, B7. Should be 2, 6, 2, and 4. All right, if all connections are fine, we should be able to perform a read. Let's try to connect. Let's cross our fingers. Hopefully I didn't waste my entire time on this, but we'll see. Because if I can at least get the read, and then I can get another module for him and clone it, which getting the computer to communicate, at least to read it. Yep, no, it looks like no communication. This is definitely not looking good. All right, so let's try the other connection, which is right here on the bottom. So all we need to move is the brown wire. Actually, both wires needs to be moved. Let me just make sure everything else stays the same. So we're going to put 8, which is a white pin. Where we have the brown, so I'm just going to move that one from here because it's the same 6 pin. But it is the different on here. And we're going to put the brown, which is pin 7, B7. Now in the second connector. Second row, second pin. And let's try one more time. And if this doesn't work, then there's nothing I can do. Well, looks like we might have a lucky. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm so happy. Well, this is actually good because now I can clone this computer. I'm gonna have to get a donor. Obviously, I'm gonna have to talk to the customer. This is definitely not a normal repair, not a test. Because this, what I did in this computer, was to be able to read this. Right, this computer was completely dead. So right now, at least I can get the information to clone it to another one. So it will be just a plug and play, and it's less expensive for the customer because if this would not work, he has to remove the cast, send me the keys, the cast, and sometimes it's hard to get the vehicle to run because it has to be programmed and coded. It's not that simple. So it's not just only mirroring the computer, it's also making it work. And sometimes you're going to have to think on that or buy a brand new module, which is also more expensive. And still you will have to completely program the entire vehicle. So at least this time we're good. So I'm going to save. And this is what I usually do here. Now that I know that my correct connection for this N18 is this one, I'm going to do a copy of like the image. I am a very data analytic person. You're not seeing what I'm doing, but I'm taking a snap picture of the correct connection and saving it onto his file. So I know that when I'm doing this one, I can revisit that. So and I save it as correct connection because version 1 didn't work, right? So now we know the connection 2 is the correct one. All right, so let's now do a full backup. It's very quick. I'm happy with the latest update. Flex left or done. It's actually reading a lot faster the modules and doing the restore or the write a lot faster as well. Because this used to take, and depends on the module, 1 hour, 2 hours. So this is already what you're seeing in real time, very quickly. Then we can just put them in here, right? So pretty much the same for you guys, and you can see the office a lot better. It is almost 7:40 p.m. on a Saturday. I hope that you guys are watching the video and the customers are watching the video understand that I'm done trying my best to keep up. I went for vacations, and that doesn't mean that your module, if you already send it, which I told everybody you can send it, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be ready in 2 days, because as they come, I mark it. And it's exactly the sequence that I'm going to be working in. This is a one show, a one man show, right? So you wait, or I can send it back. I'm going to save all, and this, as a good advice, I recommend you to save it on your desktop. Don't ever save it onto the folder, because Windows depends on the length of the name that you put on the file. It will not save it. In the desktop, it doesn't matter the length, but if you save it onto a folder, it can corrupt the information you're saving, and at the end, you didn't save nothing. So I'm going to put full backup, Irauto, and this is 2011 N18 original. All right, so receive file, bench for backup, don't miss the receive file. Let me receive the file. Should be in my desk. Let me just double check that because sometimes these computers start to try to do weird things. I got this. But I can throw that one away, and this is, yeah. All right, guys. So now this is going to be, I guess, part one, because now I have to order a computer for him. I have to get his approval or the shop approval, and tell him, how much is up to here, because this computer was not clonable. The way it was completely dead. So now that I can read it, I was able to read the file, and now I have to get that. So this is one charge for this, and now get the module to clone it is going to be a separate charge. And if they approve everything, we will be seeing probably a part two where I load this, and hopefully it's a good file, right? Because all I know is I could read it, but based on experience, I don't expect to have any issues in here. I'm going to compare size on files, but if it was an error, and this is the nice thing about Flex and Kes, is they will tell you incorrect file, incorrect length, error, and it will just tell you it's corrupted. And that is not the case, because if we see and bring it down, at the end of the read, look at the bottom where it says verifying checksum. Please wait. Checksum, okay. Reading successful. If that checksum says error, that file is not good. But you can see it's a green and everything. And actually, I'm going to save these. Let me just see 1 second. What we have at the beginning. 187 unique ship ID. Can I save this? Console text. Let me just see. I'm going to save it as is. Let me just, because it asked me something about console text. Oh, yeah. You know what? I've never used this, but you can save the entire thing that I just scroll there. Everything, the internal results, all the results and everything are there. So, yep, perfect. I like this. I'm going to keep doing this, because like that is no mistakes or no doubts that it was read properly. I don't have to just save a picture. I just saved the entire list of the C in there where it was saying checksum. And actually, let me make that bigger, or actually, let me move you over to here. See, all this read out. Let me take flex out. Let's see 1 second. I think I can do it from there. So now we are seeing the entire thing. So this is, I have just saved the entire text, and I'm going to show you in his folder. See that is the same file. It's saved on a text document where everything, all this, the success read and everything is saved specifically for him. That's and for my record. So all is good. All right, guys. At least it wasn't a complete waste of time, and I was actually hoping that, and it did. So it paid out because sometimes this is the only thing you can do, right? So replace components. I didn't see any short, but something it is definitely damage. Why? Because we couldn't establish communication, right? So the normal way, but that doesn't mean we cannot extract the files. That's what I did here, and then clone it to another module. And this is a successful part. All right, so let's again. Let me just not take more time of yours, and let's wait for part 2. I'll see you next time, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you have any computers, instrument clusters, automotive, or marine, I'm your best choice. MikeSalazarDiagnostics.com. Talk to you later. Bye bye.